Yeah, this episode of Michael Johnson Boxing Talk and more is sponsored by Tom's Original of Maine deodorant, antiperspirant. Now it says dermatologist tested, made with 100% recycled plastic, um, no aluminum, and odor and wetness protection deodorant. Yeah, some good stuff, man. Some good stuff. Yeah. I know some people, some people watch this video and see me doing that shit. They be like, oh, motherfuckers always got something to say, but it's all good. I actually took a shower. I just keep deodorant in the car, just in case if I forget to put it on before I leave the house. That way I ain't got no motherfucking excuses on why I forgot. Got it in the car, got it in the house, and well, let's talk about this, man. These black resident experts, right? Call them out or whatever, but that buck right there. That deer. Let's see if I can see it. Can you see him running? Look at him. Look at him. He's running now. He's going somewhere. Oh, here's a better one. Let's see. Hey, big homie. Look at him. Yeah. He over there walking like he run the block. Yeah, they don't get big out here. They pygmies. They don't get big out here. What's up, L Foul player? Well, they went on Lamont and I think his name is Lamont, Lord Jamar and Candace Owens. They was on Grand Rising. They was on the Piers Morgan show. They started off a little bit with the Diddy talk, and it's kind of funny how you just bring all black people to talk about Diddy on a show, and it's kind of like it's we already heard this shit. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing new with it, really, but people coming up with the same stories that we already heard, rumors for years that he was doing with these freak offs and underage girls and boys for years. For years we've been hearing about the freak offs, and all of a sudden people are acting like they surprised. People were accusing him for years and acting like they surprised. People who were sitting up over here saying that something was done to them by Diddy for years, acting like they surprised. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Candace Owens gonna say something like, why is LeBron not saying anything about P. Diddy? And it's kind of like, why is that even a fucking talking point? That woman is always see when she was manhandled by a bunch of fucking men, when black men showed up in support of her and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was all cool and dandy. Now that she got her own little talk show and shit on her YouTube, Prager and all them cats, and now all of a sudden she flipped the script and she ain't got nothing to say about black folks, consistently, and she wonder why, and she act like she's surprised that black folks would call her out of her name, and because they expect more up out of her, and she act like she's fucking surprised. There is no acting like surprise when you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And the only people that Candace Owens is relating to is people that don't look like her with what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because her talking points is not uplifting black people, is denigrating black people, because the only thing that she calls out is the ones that do bad. She don't call out the ones that do good. She don't call out all these college students graduating. She don't call out all these the success stories the business owners, how a black guy owns Fuddruckers. She don't call out that. You know what I'm saying? It's always a negativity stick. You know, and it's crazy how she does that when the way the media works. Let's say, for instance, like even if we just want to keep it in the sports, we all know a non-white athlete do something, it's all over the news. It's all over the news. But when a white athlete does something, it gets kind of covered up in here and there. You know, and I'm not fucking making that up. And if anybody been watching sports, you would know that. You know what I'm saying? All the way, we could keep it kind of recent to making athletes wear suits because they want to make people look clean. So coaches Mike Tomlin not getting hired by the Dolphins because he's too hip hop. You know? The list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? With the hypocrisy. It's like Sir Foul Player said, Candace Owens has many talking points that black people do agree with more lately. No. Her talking points ain't nothing new. That's the thing. Her talking points ain't nothing new that black folks already agree with. You know what I'm saying? And black folks has always agreed with certain things that she has said and shit like that. What we're talking about is more and more black people agreeing with her that are on social media, not live live and in color in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, it's like all of her talking points ain't nothing new. You know, whether or not it's Israel, Palestine, whether or not it's gun violence, whether or not it's human trafficking, child trafficking, immigration, and so on and so forth. None of her talking points are new. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's just who's the messenger is. That's all it is. That's all it amounts to. Who's the messenger? Because ain't none of that shit new. You know, that's why I don't follow her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't say Piers Morgan can't speak on Diddy. I'm saying that he sure did choose the right type of people. You know what I'm saying? To have a panel to talk about Diddy and to talk about this presidential race, where every time there's a presidential race, Republicans and Democrats, including the news and everybody, is worried about the black vote and how we gonna vote and how we choose to vote and so on and so forth. You know, I wouldn't, and you know, like Lamont said, like I don't give a fuck what reasoning people have to vote for somebody. I don't care. If you want to vote for Trump because he's white, go ahead. If you want to vote for because he panders to white supremacy and all that shit, go right ahead. That's your fucking prerogative. I can't make the decision for you. How people choose to vote for somebody, that's their business, and that's some shit they gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? If that person gets put in office, if he or she doesn't do what they signed up to do, and that's just what it is. You know, half these cats don't even watch the news properly. Half these cats don't even know where to get information. They just go straight to the news because they have a loud horn. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be a source of information, but the information ain't so, you know, truthful. You know, that's why I be on C-SPAN and House.gov, Senate.gov, watching the what do you call those damn things? You got the offset things where people the hearings and shit like that. That's why I be watching that shit, man. It's boring as hell, But it's the only real way to get the real information when it comes to these bills and how some of these Republicans, Democrats, and Independents actually fucking think and how they actually fucking talk. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting snippets from a news source that's supposed to have the best interests at heart, but are biased and want you to know what their point of view from what they heard. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's crazy how you just put some those two people on this show to speak about somebody. Period. You know, Lord Jamar came in later to give his 2 cents, but the only reason why he was really brought on there was to talk about what he had to say about Kamala Harris. That's it. That's the only reason why he was brought on there. He was, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if people can't see that, I don't know what to tell them. Elf Peirs says, I know you saw Kamala looking like a fool on Fox and doing a 12-minute interview, dipping off. She has no shame. What? Okay. Candace Owens, Lamont, and Lord Jamar. Okay, so where did she look like a fool? Like, 'cause I didn't think she looked like a fool. Hell, I think that all these people don't answer the fucking questions. You know, they answer it, and to be honest, Trump and Kamala Harris both answer questions, but they don't answer them all. They don't answer them all. I think they both don't look so great when it comes to answering questions. So, you know, I think people need to be fair about it, man. And to say that she doesn't answer questions, but to say Trump does, makes absolutely no fucking sense. Yeah, Trump would sit for hours with a combative media, but at the same time is all the fucking questions. And then when you look at the people that answer the questions, they're not satisfied with the answer. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and he tells you it's called a weave. You know what I'm saying? It's like all it is banter. Like I don't see how people can't see all of that is banter. You know, anybody can say anything, but what are they going to do? Yeah, I'm not saying they don't have great minds, but I don't agree with a lot of the shit they have to say. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm not saying nobody is not smart, articulate, or anything like that, but I don't agree with them. I think Lord Jamal actually has a great mind, but I don't agree with him with some of the stuff that he has said recently. But if you watch my last video and all that shit, I didn't denigrate him or anything like that. You know, I don't, like I said, I didn't think Kamala Harris looked like the fool. And even the guy who did the interview on Fox News even said that she didn't. So, and he was being, he wasn't throwing softball questions at her. I don't think he was being combative, but I just think that as an interviewer, he was just trying to control the flow and the narrative and where they was going to go and lead to. And that's the reason why she didn't answer the first question, which was how many illegals came into America, because it was a follow-up question. So he wanted her to he wanted her to answer a question that he already knew the answer to, then to lead to another question, just to lead to another question, because he wanted to have I got you moment. And people were going to sit up over there and sensationalize that moment. And people have horse blinders on, and that basically means your field of view is narrow and distracted, and you have an obstruction in your view. And so if you actually think about other reasons why she didn't answer the first question, you know what I'm saying, you would come up with other conclusions other than just one, that she just didn't want to answer the question. The reason why some people don't want, including Trump, don't want to answer some of these questions is because they know where it's going to lead to, and they know what these people are trying to do. That's the reason why they don't sometimes. Sometimes they don't answer it because they don't have an answer for it. Sometimes they don't fucking care to answer the shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to get to the next question. There's many reasons why Trump and Kamala Harris don't answer some of these fucking questions. And it's always just not what you think it is. You know? And do you think it's even fair to say people don't answer questions because of how you feel about them not answering the question? Do you think that's fair to say that you know what they were thinking by not answering the question? You don't know. None of us know. We can assume why, just like I can assume that she didn't answer the question because he already knew the answer to, which he said the answer to. He said the answer to it. He said the answer to it. So it's crazy. Just go watch it. Like, I know all the questions Kamala Harris didn't answer. If you go watch it, he doesn't answer all the questions. You watch the debate, he didn't answer all the questions. You watch the debate, Waltz and Vance, they both didn't answer all the damn questions. It's rare. It's rare. You even be on the House subcommittee watching the judicial thing. It's rare you hear somebody that's getting questioned answer all the fucking questions. Doesn't happen. It's fucking rare. And some might even say it's maybe fucking magical if it happens. He doesn't. And if you say that Trump answered all the questions, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because they don't. None of them do. And that's the crazy part. Like, you didn't ask me what questions Kamala Harris didn't answer. You didn't ask me questions on what Vance didn't answer. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these cats don't answer fucking questions. It ain't fucking. And the crazy part about it, it's nothing. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. It's nothing new about it. You know, if and it's crazy how like people can say that Kamala Harris doing her things, but Trump, I'm saying people can't say that Trump doesn't look like a fool. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. How is always one person, and I can say things that I don't like about Kamala Harris. Plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? But like, people can never say nothing bad about Trump. You know what I'm saying? People can never say it. The same guy that everybody knows that, well, since you here, L Foul Player, since you here, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? Since you voting for, I'll assume that you voting for Trump, the 3-point Trump. Give me 1 second, because I'm gonna school you on something. Young man. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why I be telling folks, man. Maybe. Oh, you're not voting? Okay, that's your prerogative, bro. Because people, this is the reason why I be watching C-SPAN, things on C-SPAN. This is the reason why I watch the House. This is the reason why I watch the Senate and the House Judiciary Committees and stuff like that. Give me 1 second. What's up, man? Well, I got my damn blinker on. Turn that shit off. Good to go. Yep. So if you watch C-SPAN, you would have saw they had a hearing. The hearing was like named Biden's administration hearing. Basically, like they were talking about what did Biden's administration do good and what his administration did bad. Coming up to an election, and coming up to an election, they're going to be. They sat up there and talked about the Biden-Harris administration, and on the panel that were being questioned by Republicans and Democrats, and on the panel, and that's what I'm talking about. Maybe I should be going. And on the panel, guess who they had? They had about 4 or 5 people that worked under the Trump administration who all have written a chapter or a piece in Project 2025. Who all was asked, if Trump wins and he offered you a position, would you take it? They all declined not to answer the question, which makes me believe, I could be wrong, that that's what the plan is, right? So you mean to tell me that after all this shit that's going on in this world, going after DEI, but using Boeing to go after DEI, and come to find out, if anybody would watch the Boeing hearings, they would have found out that Boeing had a culture of bad safety practices, and it had nothing to do with DEI. Fox News, other Republicans on social media was pushing problems because of DEI, and it wasn't because of DEI. It was because of a culture of bad safety practices. But they use that as fuel to scare people. And that's the reason why DeSantis and all these cats start getting eliminated DEI within colleges and organizations and shit like that. And you know what's going to happen with that? You know what's going to happen with that? L foul player, if they keep it up with that, you know what's going to happen with that? A lot of certain people won't fucking have jobs that are qualified. That's what will happen because of it. A lot of students won't be able to get into colleges that are qualified because of the color of their skin, because of where they from. Yes, sir. That's where they going at. You know what I'm saying? That's yes, sir. They want to be able to deny people based off of anything and anything. You sag too much. You got dreadlocks. You don't look the part. We ain't allowing you to come to this school or this business. You know what I'm saying? You said you watch those things as well. Well, if you watch those things as well, you would know that that the Democrats are the one that's holding out. You would know the Democrats are the one that's holding out on all this. You would know that. You know what I'm saying, bro? You would know all this shit, all these votes and shit like that, even including the border, is all including Afghanistan. You would know this is all because of your boy. Your Republicans. There's all the Republicans. I said Democrats, but it's the Republicans. You would know that. You would know that. Yeah. Certified Plotter said most Americans live through a Trump presidency. Nothing bad happened besides the media blowing things out of proportion, such as COVID. I don't know about that blowing thing out of proportion with COVID because a lot of people got loved ones that died, dude. A lot of people got loved ones that died. Hold up, y'all. Hey, Nicholas, you good? I got one for you. Hold up, can you fit this? Nah, you can't fit my belt. You can't fit my belt. It ain't long enough. Just go back and get it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to have to run home. That's the only thing. So I'm just gonna see if Dingo has one before I go home.
Dingo or ask Leon's.
I just did.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That like I said, over thing, man. And that really happened is like all the like. See, if we look back at it, there were some things, right? As far as one of them was like defunding a little bit, taking money away from the EPA, and look what happened. Taking money from FEMA, and look what happened. Not funding the border properly, and look what happened. What else we had? What else would happen? Not properly holding countries accountable, like Israel, Palestine, and Iran, happened. You know, giving people the mismanagement of COVID, as far as giving people $1,700 and all that shit, and PPE loans, and people running off with the money with that, getting $200,000-$400,000 and don't have to fucking pay it back when they have $1 million company. Like, make that, like, let's not act like he didn't fucking do anything bad. What's up?
Dingo says he's got an extra one.
All right. I seen this. I'm gonna smoke this and I'm gonna be in.
Yeah.
I thought I got in a little bit early, but fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, I always do that. Like, forget something. I have to switch uniforms and shit.
I had to use my other belt the other time. But it's all good. Shit. I see you in there. I'm on the phone real quick. Yeah. Most people aren't misinformed about Project 2025 or 2024, whatever you want to call it. Most people are misinformed, but that doesn't change the fact. That doesn't change the fact that ain't nothing good in there really for people. Most of the people even writing this shit, and some of them are white nationalists. Like, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? And you and they even go after like fucking abortions and shit like that. Like, y'all got to keep it real. There's only one reason why, like, all of a sudden they motherfuckers care about abortions. There's only one reason why. Most Americans live through Trump's presidency, and most Americans live through Biden's presidency. It's like, you know. Certified player of Brooklyn, you gonna vote along the same lines at the pussy I am Trill Will? Is that what we're doing? If you certified player, if you actually listen to what I was saying, I say I don't like neither one of them. So so that should tell you right there. He also goes to say, that's just my opinion with Kobe. I have peeps who passed. I didn't listen to what the media suggested. I made the right choice because I didn't buy into the hype. I was like, I mean, you buy into the hype, you don't buy into the hype. I mean, nobody really, I mean, there's scientists that say this, there's scientists that say that, there's doctors that say this, there's doctors that say that. Most of these doctors that's in the hospitals and shit like that, they just going along with the scientists are saying, what science is saying, because that's what they have to go with. They have to go with science. They can't go with what they feel and stuff like that when they're treating patients. They have to go with the science. And sometimes science or a lot of times the science is not right. And that's just what it is. Trump was going to force mandates too. They had no choice. Trump was going to force mandates too. And the reason why he was going to force mandates too is because the head of the CDC and how much such of a problem was going to be. When Ebola came into this country, you see how they shut down flights and certain things and shit like that. When something really hits down, where people are going to fucking die from, people are going to die from it. People have died from it. You know what I'm saying? You have to do something. It might not be the best thing to do and stuff like that, but to hit on somebody for at least trying to mitigate deaths and the spread of a virus that did cause a pandemic, you know, it's kind of disingenuous, because you have to take the horse blinders off and say, well, maybe they had to do something. They made the bad call, and that happens a lot, and that's going to happen a lot, especially when somebody is in leadership. You see what I'm saying? When they have people under them, they're not always going to make the best fucking decision, but they have to take ownership of the bad decision. Now, was it a bad decision that he did with COVID? Probably, maybe. Was it a bad decision to make people wear a mask? I think people should wear a mask if they sick, period. I think they should hold all them germs. They do in Japan. People in Japan, when they're sick, when they're on the train and shit, they put a fucking mask on. And some people just put a mask on because they don't want to get sick from other people sneezing and fucking coughing. I'm not rationing. I never rationalized the mandate. I literally says, like, when you are in a position of power to make those decisions, not everybody makes the right decision. I'm not rationalizing mandates. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the right call. I don't know if it was the bad call. But something had to be done. And if you see people dying around here, you know what I'm saying? For catching COVID, you have to think like something has to be done. I mean, wouldn't you say that? What would you do to stop the spread? Just have everybody out there and then people dying? People really bitching about wearing a fucking mask. People literally knew they were fucking sick, coughing, lost the taste and all that shit, and still going out and partying. People knew that they possibly might have COVID and still going out there partying. I know people who've done it. I know towns that didn't shut down during COVID, but everybody was catching COVID and fucking dying. I know that Key West shut everybody down during COVID, and that's the reason why kept everybody out, and that's the reason how they kept COVID from spreading like that shit. He was gonna do it, and we will have something else to say about him, because people literally from COVID, and COVID was not like H1N1 or the bird flu. I got to go into work. That's their business, man. That's their business in San Francisco. That's their fucking business. You know, that's not on Biden or Harris or whatever like that. That was on them people up over there in San Francisco. So yeah. But like I said, you know, people gonna do what the fuck they want to do, man. There was towns that stayed open during the pandemic. They were still out there playing softball at the softball field. You can see it from the highway in Michigan. So, you know, and look how many people died in them fucking towns, spreading that shit. He probably was. But what I got to do with anything? But anyways, I'm out. Peace.